And that's why I don't watch the news.
What?
So, welcome back, everyone, to the cleanest
Mm,
podcast there is.
come on.
Yes, I'm so fucking proud.
You should be.
I'm so fucking proud of this. Welcome
Mm-hmm.
back to the Get Fresh Crew podcast. I am Big Fresh.
I am Crew.
Crew, what it do?
Nothing much. Just been chilling. I went to a bouncy house thingy this weekend with Perp and Jai. It was a lot of fun. My foot hurts, but it's well worth it.
Damn.
Um, like there was this really like big, I guess it was like the big hoopla obstacle course. And I've been going to the gym. I was like, I got this. I can do this. I'm in there. Was
Yeah.
not in there. I got like maybe halfway through. I was like, yeah, no, fuck this shit. I'm like looking at the exits. I'm like looking at the seams. Like, if I take this apart, is it gonna collapse? I'm like trying to escape any way necessary by any means, looking for my way out. So I'm like going through it. Finally find like a halfway point, and they're like, all right, y'all can get off here or y'all can keep going. I'm like, peace out. Mind you, Perp and y'all are gone. Long gone.
They're gone.
Don't even see them anymore. So I'm like, yeah, I'm out of here. But the thing is, it was surrounded by gravel. So I'm like I have no shoes on because at a bouncy house, you take your shoes off.
Yeah.
And so this was like a bouncy course. Everything was bouncy. Nothing was stable. It's fucking me up. Took my shoes off, was walking on gravel, and it had like these big ass rocks. My feet hurt. But I had a lot of fun. Then we went and did spin art, which was amazing. Definitely going back. And then we went and got ramen. So it was really fun. It was a fun little cute little weekend.
That's pretty dope.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching the spin art thing and
I
I
know
got
I
so
saw.
confused. All right. So I saw this. I saw you were stalking me. So what I was looking at
Say all of
was
that.
I was seeing it and I was looking at it was you and Ja, which I didn't know
Mm-hmm.
Ja was that short. That's cute.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah,
the
I was
other
the
thing
tallest
was there
one
was
there. It was weird.
yeah. So,
Not used
all
to that.
right. Oh man, it's gonna make Virginia a very interesting
I'm
day.
not used
I'll
to
tell
being
you
the
that.
tallest person anywhere. Like my husband
Don't get
is
used to it.
6'8". I'm
Yeah.
never the tallest person, and his mom is tall. They're all tall.
Yeah.
Like I'm average height, so I'm not used to being the tallest ever.
Yeah. Well, seeing the world at 5'9" as I do is really difficult. So it is what it is.
I'm sure.
I'm sure, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's why they call me Big Fresh. My
Right.
issue is that I'm watching this and I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, all right, cool. There's this spin art. I was like, all right, cool. I had no idea this was going on.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, Perp's streaming too. And I'm like, all right, let me see what Perp's up to. And Perp's just behind y'all. Like, I was like,
Yeah.
she's like, and so I'm seeing this. The camera angle originally was you and John. I was like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
y'all are doing something tie dye or something.
Yeah.
And I was
Yeah.
like, all right, cool. And then I click on Perps, and it's just the behind camera of you two. She's just looking at y'all two. I was like, wait, she's there?
Yep.
So that's yeah, exactly. So y'all already got dressed up in already messy stuff. Which I think, I
Yeah.
guess, if you own a spin art place, that like you wouldn't wash them joints.
Ever. Like, what's the point?
So my thing
Uh-oh.
is, all right, look at you breaking.
Shut
My
up.
my thing my thing is, where is the art that you had?
It's on my walls right here.
It's on the wall. Okay, I
Mm-hmm.
was like, is there a strategy, or you just be like splatters?
The first one was very much so went in blind.
Yeah,
I don't know what I'm doing. It's just like wee paint everywhere, spin it, and see what
yeah,
happens. And see what happens. And the first one I did not know when to stop. I was like, okay, I like this, but let's do a little bit more.
yeah,
Let's do a little bit more. It was like that. So it's fine. It's cool. It's a lot of glitter. It's very random. It looks like I didn't
yeah,
know I was doing. The second one, fire. The lady came around and she was like, drawn at you, do this and see what happens. And then she was like, yeah, and
yeah.
then do this. I was like, okay, okay. And it came out fire. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna just stop here. It looks good. I'm happy with it. Perps came out really nice. Jaws came out really nice. It was a lot of fun.
Imagine
Well,
she walks around and goes, "This is the greatest bayonet I've ever seen in my life.
Ramsey.
You, ma'am, have a gift. Like, I just,
Come down and get
I
your
just,
paintbrush.
why? She's like, right, young lady, you've won. Like, what the
What? What did I win? Just here to have fun.
You're
No.
now the keeper of this studio. I can no longer teach. You are the master.
It is above me now. It is now
It
your
is above
turn.
me. I've done what I was supposed to do on this earth, and she
You
just
are God.
ascends.
The sanctuary is now yours.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's a lot of
But
fun,
also a bouncy house on gravel sounds like American Negro warriors. Like it sounds like they're trying to. I don't know what logic that was. Find grass. You
You
had to put it in a
feel me?
park. It was in a parking lot, wasn't it?
It was at a state fairground. So yeah.
It was on a state
parking lot,
fairgrounds.
yeah.
So it's just a
big ass-
lot.
big
It's
ass
a big
parking
ass lot. God.
And you
Was there
know
a bridge
what?
anywhere nearby?
No, there was
Okay.
there was no bridge.
DCVA has a whole like
There were bridges
area where
everywhere.
the bridge. Its whole city's just bridges.
Just fucking on a bridge.
Right.
I miss it. I miss home.
We're trying to do the Jetsons. That's what we're trying to do is get higher and higher until we're just above the ground.
Smart. You gotta start somewhere. So we paid for this bouncy house in advance. We booked it online or whatever. We didn't even we slick did not need to do that because when we got there, you just come in, you park, and you go in. Literally, that's it. There was like little gates, but not really. Just like kind of like the little barriers, but they weren't connected. So you could just walk in between them. So it's a barrier here, a barrier here. You could just walk through. And they were everywhere. There was nobody checking tickets, nothing. There was only one time where they asked to see our barcode, and that was for like the big bouncy house. It wasn't even a house, like it was like a big bouncy thingy, and it had like a DJ in there, bubbles. It was a lot of shit going on. It was a lot of fun.
A bouncy Airbnb in that bitch.
Legit. That was the only time they asked to
idea.
see it. But there was a whole bunch of other attractions where you didn't even need to show.
Oh,
anything.
I would have been pissed. I'll tell you that. How much was it?
Like $40.
I'd have been heated. Yo, check my ticket, bro.
You want to
like
see? I paid to be here. Would you like proof?
that.
Yeah, they didn't give a fuck.
I need to show. I need to show everybody that. That's bullshit.
You feel me?
I'd have been gassed. No. The what I pay tickets for. The what I pay tickets for.
Could have just snuck right in.
Like shit.
I mean, what you been up to?
So we were getting ready to perform. We, as in my, I'm associated with a brass band, right? The British brass band.
British.
We had a performance. Yes, British, right? Chicken crumpets, yeah.
In it?
Am I in it? Yeah. God.
I'm sorry.
Well, we lost anybody that was ever going to listen to this in Great Britain. So
sorry.
Sorry, Jonathan Mayers. So my thing is, we had a whole issue Wednesday. We were having a dress rehearsal, and I had this dress rehearsal, and I was like, "We sound like dog shit. We sound bad." Like the director, she went home and she went to her man and was like, "They sound like garbage."
Damn.
And I was like, "Well, sometimes you're under the pretense of you have a bad rehearsal, you have a great performance."
Okay, I get that. That's fair, I guess.
And we had a bad rehearsal and we had a great performance.
Period.
So we went out there, we performed, it was great.
Encore.
We were in I mean, we could have given one. Like that's how well receptive
Nice.
it was.
Good shit.
We really performed really well. Saturday was my professional conducting debut.
Oh, okay.
So
congrats.
So thank you. I got to do one song. It was 3 movements. It was about 7 minutes long. And so I got to conduct. And the group was like, "Oh, you did so well.
Nice.
You're so easy to follow." I'm like, I am huge. If you can't follow me, you're blind. Like,
touche.
So we played some music. It was great. We went to a pub. Everybody started drinking except me because we're all water 2023.
Oh, the whole year?
Well, at least for the month of
365?
March.
Oh, okay.
At least for the month of March.
I
No,
was-
I'm doing no alcohol 2023.
So you're not drinking ever
But
this year?
except my best friend's wedding,
So you're gonna be sober in
and
July?
I
Are
don't
you
know if I'm
sure
gonna be
about that?
sober. Listen carefully. July is his wedding. So
Oh, well, fuck it
I'm
up then.
she's like, don't drink, don't drink. Then pass your birthday in June, don't drink, and then July, drown. Okay, got it.
Yes, you'll be fine. You'll bounce back.
I would rather get high around y'all than drink around y'all. I'll tell you that now.
Why? Well, to be fair,
One,
you
I'm
have been high around us, just not physically, you know?
yeah.
Okay, what about
I
the
don't know.
drinking?
It wouldn't. I mean, I don't like drinking.
Oh,
Pretty
okay.
much because me drinking like is boring. Like it just puts me away from people. Like
Mm,
I at a certain point I'll just want to throw up, and I'm just like, all right, cool. I'm not gonna throw up, so
yeah,
why not just not drink?
I feel that.
I'd rather get high and either get funny or sleepy. So,
I feel that. I'm the opposite. I'd rather drink than smoke.
huh? Why is that?
I don't know. I feel like, well, no, I'm not going to say I don't know. I do know because with smoking, the outcome, it varies way too much. I'm either like in my head on some weird shit, like some like thinking up old shit, and I'm just in my head way too much, or I'm like really awkward, or I'm super hungry. Sometimes it's like the good high where I'm like on it. But with
Yeah,
drinking, I know, like it's steady. It's gonna be fine. I'm gonna be cool. Whatever my mood was before I started drinking, it's only gonna get better or worse. You feel me? So if I'm in a bad mood and I start drinking, it's gonna
yeah.
get worse. If I'm in a good mood and I'm drinking, it's gonna get way better. You know, shout out to the drunk streams because those are fun. But
Jesus.
I mean, yeah, I'd rather drink than smoke. I know the outcome. I can control it more. High is just like strapping because we're going somewhere.
Word. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, is that primarily because you smoke it, or because you have you done this like
Either
edibles?
way, yeah, edibles or smoking, either way. I feel like I have a better outcome with edibles. I don't think, I feel like
I
edibles are
have a
good, better for
yeah.
me.
I've just enjoyed edibles much more than I have anything else because
Mm.
in the past I've had like I'll smoke. I hate the coughing sensation. Like it bothers the
Yeah.
hell out of me that I had to cough. So
It
I'll just take
bothers you.
edibles. No, it does because like I pride on myself. I pride myself for having like a strong lung capacity, like playing an instrument and doing all that stuff. And then I go and I'm like, all right,
That's fair.
or like I'll vape and I'm like, all right, cool. And I'm inhaling like shit, and then I'm good,
Yeah.
and I'm on like a high wattage. And as soon as I smoke, it's like, and it's like the whole fucking episode. And I'm like, nah, I'm not about to pass out from this,
Yeah, I feel you.
from
I feel you.
coughing.
Not the call.
But like what gets me about edibles is that with edibles, I know I have a time window before it hits.
Yeah, that's the fun part.
And that's the fun part.
Yes.
Cause I'll tell you that when I was in college, right? Story time. When I was in college,
One time at band camp,
one time at band camp, it was actually before I was actually in band, like marching band.
I need you to tell
So
me a band camp story one day. Not right now, but one day. I would love to hear like your messiest band camp story because I'm sure it went down.
yeah,
But go ahead.
I'll tell you a story about how a kid caught on fire.
See
So
what
we'll
I'm
do this.
saying?
So no, so what happened was this is freshman year. I had already like smoked weed with my friends, and
Mm,
I knew what being high was.
mm,
And which is another story, the first time I got high. But I went to college, and my roommate was like, "Yeah, I got these brownies.
mm-hmm.
You know, it's like $20. You pay $20 for this brownie. It's gonna be fire."
Right.
And I'm like, "Fuck it, I'll try it." We lived in a triple. It was a forced triple, and a forced
Mm,
triple is usually like the worst, but it's also like pretty solid when you have solid people. And
that
I
part.
had solid people.
That's good.
So two out of the three roommates who were gonna go. It was so fucking funny. So we went. He got the brownies.
Mm-hmm.
It was in aluminum foil, so you couldn't smell it. I see it. It just looked like a fucking brownie.
Mm.
And he's like, all right, cool. And he goes, all right, I'm about to eat it. I said, cool, go ahead. And he bites into it, and I eat it, and I'm like, all right.
Mhm.
And he goes, all right, we need to go to the dining hall right now. I'm like, why are you so serious? Right?
Right.
Like,
What happened?
right? He gets up, we go to the dining hall, and we both come up with these 2 trays of just chicken tenders, honey
Mm.
mustard,
Mhm.
fries, just the smorgasbord of shit. Just
Yes.
because when you remember in college,
Mhm.
you're only as rich as your dining plan.
Okay.
So, you get to that certain month in the school year when you're like, all right, who got extra points and who got all this stuff?
Right.
So motherfuckers came out. I got into the room. I got these 2 right over here. He's sitting over here playing Madden, and I'm sitting over here just. I think I'm listening to music, or no, I'm not listening to music. I'm just on my phone,
Mhm.
and I'm laying down in the bed, and he's over there playing Madden. I go, mind you, stereotypical white name coming in. Hey, Connor.
That is for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, Connor. Yeah. I said, has it hit you yet? He goes, yeah. Right? Mind you, Connor's whiter than white. This man's whole face was red. Like,
Oh,
this man was,
what?
man, he playing Madden, he's just,
Oh
just
my
gone.
God. Just gone. Oh my God.
I'm like, I don't think I feel it. He goes, you gotta sit up. I sit up.
Facts.
It takes 65 seconds for me to sit up.
Facts.
And as I'm sitting up, Kid Cudi's "We Aight" starts playing.
Ooh,
And it's
like in real life?
no, in my head.
Oh, okay. I was
The
gonna say
whole
if that was in
fucking
real life.
we
Fire.
we gonna wake your mind up, just fucking gone. And I was like, oh, because what happened? I want to say no. This is me getting high. So this was my first time like getting really high. Was
Mhm.
off this brownie.
Okay.
3 months later was the first time I blacked out
Oh shit.
off of alcohol. And so that's
Oh.
part of, and so that was a whole situation where I was like, fuck, man, I'm not, this shit sucks. Like I hate this shit so much, right? And so I was like, oh, weed's way better. But I'm gonna get caught with weed. I'm
That
not gonna
part.
get caught with alcohol.
That part.
So I'm like, fuck, I gotta figure this out. So like it was such a big moment for me. But like I've always been a body high person, an edibles person more than
I feel that.
a weed smoking person. I'll smoke weed to like if I have the opportunity, if it's there, edge off type thing. I can get the edge off smoking weed. Eating edible is for fun.
Yeah,
Like you're
yeah.
supposed to I'm supposed to
Enjoy
go
it.
have fun with this bitch or have the greatest sleep of my life.
You feel
It's
me?
one or the other. It's one or the other.
That sleep, the high sleep, bruh.
Right.
Knocked. Either you're gonna have the best dreams, no dreams, or the weirdest
Or you
dreams.
wake up still high.
Ooh, I don't think have I ever experienced that?
That's the.
I don't think I
First of
have.
all, I'm bringing edibles to Virginia Beach.
Period.
There's 4 nights, so somebody's getting high.
Somebody.
Somebody.
So is red
Fuck.
too. So.
Oh yes, it's true.
Mhm.
I can't wait to
It's
fight
good
her.
to have
That's gonna
friends
be
in
great.
high places.
Yeah, she and I are good, high places. I get it. She's gonna make me so upset. She's gonna make me so upset. I can already feel it. Here's how I picture Virginia Beach going.
Mhm.
We're gonna be like, hey, and we're gonna have that moment because I already know each other,
Mhm.
where we're gonna define whether or not we are going to be cool with each other or keep this back and forth attitude. And it's what's going to happen is more likely me. I'm gonna say something, and you're gonna be like, "See, we could have been real friends. We could have been friends." But he went and said
Yeah.
something slick, and then now I was
Petty
coming into
forever.
this with like this
Open
petty
arms.
forever. Just how it is. I'm like, Right. So now it's my fault. Yeah, of course it's your fault. I already introspective. I already know. I already fucking know.
I'm excited. I'm very excited. I know for sure. So the first time, Perp, Ja, and myself, well, Catalyst was there too. The first time we all hung out.
Yeah.
Like the first, maybe like 15, 30 minutes, maybe to an hour, it was really awkward and really weird. Because, you know, we've all met online. We've been online. Our whole friendships with everybody have been, well, for most of us, are online only. So in person, like the dynamic kind of shifts and it's kind of weird for a little bit. But then you fall back into what you know and you move on and then it's cool. So I feel like Virginia, the first day is going to be like everybody super excited to see each other. And like their images of people, like they're either going to match up or not. Like, for example, I'm going to do like, but one of my last streams before we go, I'm going to do a height tier list because I have an idea of how tall I think everybody is. So I'm going to do a height tier list for everybody before we leave. And then I'm going to see if I'm right. So I'm excited for that.
I was just going to draw.
Ooh, that'll be fun.
I was just literally going to just make stick figures and just have names associated.
I like
and
that.
just be like, all right, who do I think the shortest is? Who do I think the tallest is?
Why does my camera keep doing that?
I don't know.
It's weird.
I want to say it's
because even if I don't move, it'll do it. So for everybody listening, like on Spotify or wherever else, on YouTube, my camera's being super weird. I don't know why. Yeah.
That is
it's so weird.
Like it's oddly jarring that it does it like almost it's like per time too. Yeah.
I don't know.
Don't even, I want to say don't look, but it's not going to change it. Anyways, I'm not going to focus on that. It literally just does what it wants.
It does.
So and what's worse is that I was noticing it the whole time.
The whole time I was trying not to say something. I was like, I gotta say something.
Yeah, I gotta say something.
It can't be ignored.
But yeah, I figured that I'm just gonna take precedent and just go, all right, cool. Boop, 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 boop. I think there's only 3, based on the list of people who might be going, there's 3 people that are my height or shorter.
I think you might be the tallest out of everybody going. And I think DJ might be under you. No, I think DJ's short. Like, I think Mac might
part of me, yes,
like
part of me feels like, I feel like it's like Mac, Dub, DJ.
No, I feel like Dub is short. I feel like Dub and Stora. I feel like, because Ja is short, I feel like Dub might be a little bit taller than Ja, and Sora and Ja might be even height. I don't know.
Nah, I think it's me, Mac, Dub, DJ.
We're tall. Brad is short. Gamma's short.
Yeah, and then it just plateaus after that. It's just like
Phoenix. Phoenix might be tall.
Phoenix might be the tallest.
She might be the tallest female.
Felix might be the tallest female.
How tall is Chubby? Because Chubby gives me height. I feel like Chubby might be up there. Maybe.
Chubby gives me 5'8" max.
Yeah, I could see that.
Max.
Emphasis on max.
Max.
Yeah, I'm excited. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I told DJ, I said we got to think about the things that we have. Like we have a list of activities. I'm not gonna be doing every activity because like me in the bumper car is not gonna happen.
I feel that.
So, and I have a tragic story about skating, so that's not gonna happen.
Okay.
But I'll be there.
Period.
So I'm not gonna be like, I'll see y'all back at the crib. No, it's just gonna be like,
I'll be here with the snacks.
I'll be over here tossing quarters into the ring.
There you go. Not into the ring. I'm thinking you at the arcade or something. Not you throwing quarters at the strippers.
Just watch somebody go. You think I'm throwing quarters at the strippers?
Yeah.
I'm throwing quarters at y'all to see who's gonna fall in the skating rink.
Yeah, I know. It's us. We are the strippers.
Oh, you know what? I always knew something about you.
Oh, shut up. Just shut the hell
All
up.
right, so here we go.
Anyway,
So what are we talking about today?
we are talking about tasty, angry, white tears. To start
White
off,
people.
yes. White people. We love them. We hate them. White
Facts.
people.
Jesus Christ.
So they
I wonder if
are
they're so white people.
not all of them, but you know, those ones. Not Glinda the Good Witch white people, the bad ones.
Okay.
So they're upset again because there's yet another Disney live action with a black girl in it. They are upset. And I find it funny. Okay, so here's what's going on. Peter Pan, the new trailer, has released. Tinkerbell is a black girl. Also, if you did not know, she is Nas's cousin. Like that Nas, like Khalees Nas. She's his cousin. So
Khalees Nas is crazy. That's funny as hell. Not Illmatic Nas, not Godson Nas, not Efer Nas, just Khalees Nas.
Because that's, I don't know. Shut up. Anyway, so that's her cousin. Because y'all know I'm all about people's timelines now. Anyway, so that's her cousin. So, you know, talk to her nice. But anyway, the trailer released and Tinkerbell is black. And if you're not familiar with the actress that plays Tinkerbell, she's from Blackish. She had a spinoff called Grownish. Very talented actress. Her name is Yara Shahidi. Yara Shahidi. I feel like I sped through that. I was like, that sounded mumbled. Anyway, Yara is the new Tinkerbell, and she looks so cute. She looks so good, and I think it's going to be great. Not Tinkerbell. Peter Pan is a great story. Fun, all of that stuff. So, of course, trailer comes out. They see a black Tinkerbell. The girls are mad. They're up in arms. Here we go again. Folks is in their feelings, pissed off. Talk about some... My favorite argument is do a white Black Panther. See how they feel. Put what's his name from 300? What's his name? Oh my gosh.
Oh God.
Gerard? Yes, Butler. They were like, make him the next T'Challa. I was like, please.
Why do we keep right? As soon as you have a character who's like, I can understand if you say Steve Rogers should be a black person, and then you're like, no. But then you turn around and then you're like, the next person who's Captain America is black. It's like, because that's the storyline.
It's the story, and that's how it goes.
No one ever said Tinkerbell was white.
Nobody. And even if she did, it's fiction. It's a fictional character.
Why do you keep fucking with our stuff?
It's our history. There's this hilarious picture. It's on Twitter. Ryan Gosling in the Black Panther suit. It is sending me. It is so funny. It's the funniest shit I've ever seen. Like, what? So, like, people are like, we need this next. They're really upset. And I'm just like, let it go. It is fictional. It's Disney. It's make believe. It's a really small person with wings and glitter. She could be any color she wants to be. It does not matter. Like, I just find them being so upset about the dumbest shit just so funny. Like, it's very humorous to me. Like, I be in a comment just trolling people because it is very funny, and I just love it. I absolutely love it.
So while she is going to be Tinkerbell, and while this is fictional, my question to you is it wrong if they are like, let's make a white person Black Panther?
No, that's also fictional. I feel like it would be a comedy if they made Black Panther white. I feel like it would be a comedy. I just feel like for Black Panther specifically, I feel like if it makes sense in the story, sure. You know what I'm saying? But like, I don't see that making sense. I don't see that making sense But you could take, I don't know why like Black Panther is like their go-to for like when they want to whitewash something else. Like I whitewash everything. So
because they don't know how to have a clean argument.
that part, I'm like, there's so many other like things that you could whitewash again that you haven't already. Like go for it. But like,
Yeah,
have at it. You're gonna do it anyway. But it's crazy.
but like take it a step further, where it's like y'all are up in arms
Pissed
about shit where you took it and made it white, where we took it and made it black. My thing is, it's one thing to be like Tinkerbell, and then she comes out and go, girl, these curls. Like, it's one of these things where you blackify
right
a thing. If you blackify the role, then I have a bit of an issue because now it's like, okay, now you're just kind of like, you're stoking the fire. You're like, oh, we're trying to make it our own. And I'm like, nobody asked you to do that.
Right.
We just want you to know that, like, Tinkerbell could be played by somebody else. My real thing is, well, I guess I gotta find ways to make an argument for this shit. It's like take another ethnicity of any other person whose cultural background is not implemented into their storyline,
right,
and make them another race, and then you can't, like, that's the only issue. And I'm gonna say this because I know how people feel. I know how this is about to trigger people, but at the same time, this is an explicit ass podcast where I'm about to say some shit that's gonna hurt your feelings.
Trigger warning.
So my trigger warning for all of you, all right? My trigger warning for all of you is gonna sound weird. It's gonna sound just like this, all right?
This is just how white people say hello.
So what's gonna happen?
Is that the trigger warning?
My trigger warning, because it was gonna be this.
Whites are so heartless and devious that we can no longer expect anything from them.
It was gonna be one or the other.
I like.
You'll live
one.
with. I think you like the second one more. I think other people will understand. Stan. So here's what I'm gonna say to you. You can't name a white character whose background is them being white.
Yes. Oh wait.
Right? Because you lack culture.
Facts.
So when you do name that person, we don't want them.
John Smith.
Because most of the time when you name a white person, their white culture is backed up in negative connotations that we don't want to be portrayed as.
That part.
So if you're like, let's redo Pocahontas and make John Smith black people are like, crazy. I'm good. I'm Gucci. No black person wants to be George Washington. No black person wants to truly be Thomas Jefferson. Nope. But we just went and did it for Hamilton. Why? Thomas Jefferson was still a villain. Like, so like you got to understand, like, we still went and justified calling out Thomas Jefferson in a role where we made him black in the musical. So like, you can be up in arms about all of that.
Sure.
But at the end of the day, Tinkerbell's character, a non-speaking role, was never some big, beautiful white princess who grew up in parts of Kansas or in Slavic America. Like nothing, there's nothing like, oh wow, she's this Icelandic goddess that we found and now she was treated as a tiny prince. Like if that's the storyline, go ahead with it. Yeah. And then tell me how you made a black girl an Icelandic queen, and then we can argue.
Right.
But until this happens, there is a black Tinkerbell.
Deal with it.
Get you a couple of straws and suck it the fuck up. Because at this point, I don't have nothing else for you.
There's nothing
we
else
are
to
constantly
say.
We are constantly arguing about the fact that why'd you make this guy white? Peter Parker's got to be black, and you're like,
oh, they were pissed about that one. My God.
God dang. I'm not gonna lie.
Here we go.
Miles Morales was extra because they made him Afro-Latina, and like
I loved it.
They made him Afro-Latina so hard, and like it's so funny.
Afro and Latino at the same time.
They made him
Crazy.
Afro and Latino so hard that he still was an awkward teenager that still made mistakes. Which I'll get into a Peter Parker Spider-Man thing with you later, because Lord knows that now I put Spider-Man as my least favorite superhero.
I feel that.
But at the end of the day, they made him so Afro-Latino that he'd just be like, Mom makes it really difficult for me to come back home, but Claudia can see. And you're like, you're the most awkward Spanish-speaking black kid there is. Like, it's so weird. And he's just like, I'm just getting used to my body. Oh, excuse me. Like, the fuck? Like, what is up with that dude? He is so awkward. Jeez.
Oh God, yeah. No, I feel you on that one for sure.
It's so fucking. Oh, I got a whole rant about Spider-Man. It's so bad.
I would love to hear it one day.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Oh. All right.
So there. Are you on Instagram a lot? Did you see this guy with the 7 different kids, 7 different baby mamas?
Yeah.
You saw that guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I hate you. Okay, so I'm gonna play y'all. Should I play the entirety of it, or let me see? It's like maybe like a minute.
Play it. It's fine.
All right, I'm gonna play the whole thing. So I'm not even going to like cue it in or cue it up or give any backstory. I'm gonna just let y'all listen. So let me do this. Hold on. There we go.
Got 7 kids and 7 baby mamas. Now, for the past few days, I've been going live, telling my story, speaking my truth. And a lot of women having an issue calling me a deadbeat because I tell them I was being irresponsible, not wearing protection. But I always tell these women that I got pregnant that I do not want to be a father to these children. And I offer to pay for the abortion. Majority of times, they'll either take the abortion or they'll take a plan B. But only these 7 have kept these children. But the crazy thing about it is they want me to be responsible for some children I told them I did not want. So for some years now, some of them been trying to get in contact with me, access denied, because I don't really know why you trying to get in contact with me. I done told you I did not want them kids. So don't expect me to be responsible financially, emotional, spiritually, mentally, or physically with some kids I don't want. And I don't give a what nobody think about it. You're not gonna force children up on me. Yeah, we both made the decision to lay down and have intercourse. We both was irresponsible about the decisions we made that night. Yeah, I could have pulled out, but I didn't. And I ain't care to pull out because I'm not the one that's gonna have to carry a baby for 9 months. It's the woman. In my opinion, women should be more careful on who they sleep with. Because you're going to be like, one of my baby mamas trying to find me so I can financially support a kid I done told her or them I did not want. Another thing is, these just jump offs. These the type of women that I ain't even had to do nothing for. The bare minimum, but they gave me access to their body and they think I want to be a father to a child for one of them? Like, I don't even have no type of love for these women. How do they expect me to love these children? Before y'all say, oh, he irresponsible, he a deadbeat, he don't take accountability. Yeah, I do. I just don't give a f. You ain't gonna force these children on me when I told you I ain't want them. Yeah, I can offer to pay for abortion, but at what point can I force a woman to go get an abortion? I cannot. A woman say, my body, my choice, but I say, it's my life, my choice. Before y'all try to stitch this and be like, black men this, black men that, I don't give a f. I really don't.
Okay, so that was him. He had 7 different kids, 7 different baby mamas. You heard his spiel in it. Personally, I don't disagree with this man. He was upfront with these women, yada yada yada. However, pause. I definitely was in the comment section fighting for my life because
oh god.
What I said was also this was posted on the Shade Room, so shout out to the Shade Room. I posted in the comments and I was like, this is why men need birth control. And I stand by what I said. Men need birth control more so than women. Both, I feel like both do, men more so. Because women can have one pregnancy, one full-term pregnancy, 1 year. You're pregnant like 9, 10 months out of a 12-month year. Okay? We can only have one full term pregnancy. However, men, y'all could line them up and shoot them down, and it'd be a whole new village. So I feel like the birth control definitely needs to be geared towards the men, but yet y'all got my coochie on lock. So now I agree with this man. Like I said, he was upfront with these women. He didn't want the kids. He said he was irresponsible, didn't protect himself, this, that, and the other. So, you know, he took accountability for that. But I agree with him. He shouldn't have to. If he does not want to have kids, don't make them. He shouldn't be forced to do that. I agree. I feel like my comment of men needing birth control was taken like wrong. Like I don't agree with him. But I do. I just need to put the peen on lock. These facial expressions are killing me.
I want to point out to all audio listeners that you haven't heard me say anything. I have
I
just
don't
been
think you
sitting
had
here.
to point that out. I think they do.
Just been sitting here, letting this queen speak her truth. And as we have another king on the payroll,
Period.
we
Come on,
would like to
payroll.
point out.
We
We'd like
can
to
get our
point out.
checks.
Yes, pay me. As another king hits the payroll, I would like to say that he's right.
He is. I agree.
I agree that men need birth control too. I think it's so crazy that like not only on the side of like somebody tried to do the math, they said like it takes like 30 men to repopulate the world based on like the fact of how many like sperm cells that they actually carry.
Mm-hmm.
Like 30 men could do it.
Wow.
And I was like, that's insane.
It is. Only 30 men.
How do you sign up for that? Like, you
I
know,
hate
like
you.
but my thing
Is there compensation?
is there
Do we get snacks?
right. Does she have to be good?
Water
So like my
breaks?
thing, I'd do it for Gatorade and some Triscuits.
You would repopulate the earth for Gatorade and Triscuits.
Not by myself, of
That's
course.
gonna be
Like
a
that's just
soundbite.
yeah. It is what it is. My thing my thing though is this. There's a lot of things that go on with this issue. I'm gonna address him personally in a second because he's kind of goofy about how he approached all of it.
For sure.
But, you know,
But sometimes you got to take the message out
Right.
of the messenger. Yeah.
yeah, honestly. It's one of those things where you watch somebody shout and you're like, damn, what is he shouting for? Yeah, he's just looking for equality amongst, you know, human beings. And he's like, yeah, that's great. He's really sweating. like so
Sweat a lot.
right. So it's like, all right, bro, why are you swinging your arms? He's
Right.
like, I just need it. I need equality. And you're like, all right, bro, chill.
Okay, we'll work on getting it.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, let's deliver this better. My thing was, there's a lot of things that happen in these situations.
Mhm.
I honestly think that out of 7 women, mind you, that he's had way more other people being like, I bet we aborting this baby on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Right.
And then he's got like these other ones that are like, well, you were supposed to love me. Right? And you got these
Right.
other ones who are like, oh, no. You're not just about to walk out my life. So my issue now is that the birth control thing also comes down to the idea of being trapped.
Mhm.
I don't have any sympathy for him having 7
Mm-mm.
kids because 2 women in,
Come on.
I'm like, man,
Learn your lesson, bro.
right? Like that's my thing. It's like you can't get mad at the system if you keep walking into the system.
Willingly.
Like that's
And
my only issue.
come on.
Like, all right, cool. I'm gonna put my money in the bank, right? But the bank said they're gonna take $8 from me every month. And you're like, all right, cool. What's my other option? Well, you could use a different bank. You could probably put it in a savings account that wouldn't have any interest on it, or you could do this. And you're like, but I already got direct deposit set up. I think I'm gonna stick with the bank. You're like, bro, what
Right.
the hell is wrong with you? So my thing is like you go about this so many times, it's like shame on me, shame on you type thing.
Mhm.
And it's like for him, he made a lot of good points. He made them poorly, but he made a lot of good points.
Yes,
He said that
absolutely.
he said that these women would jump offs, which is great. Haven't heard that since
In forever.
Joe Budden. Like, haven't heard half of these people. Like, so this idea of jump offs is like, all right, cool. I am not dividing my time and effort to provide anything for these women. Why do I care?
Right.
And that's a great point. It's a solid point, but it's also like you chose to do it.
Right.
You made that decision. He's like, yeah, but women also need to be responsible for who they sleep with. I'm like,
Agreed.
it's hard to be like, yeah, you're right.
It
but
is.
It's a we thing now, right? Like,
Right.
that's like telling somebody like, all right, cool. You want to go ahead and put your money on the gambling table, and you're like, look, we'll share it, right? The both of us. You get 50, I get 50.
Right.
We'll both put in. At the end of it, we could make 10 grand.
Right.
Or we could lose all of it.
Right.
And then you go, I bet. Boom, boom. Boom, you lost it all. And then you got to turn around and be like, well, you got to be careful who you make business decisions with and gamble. Like, you're like, bro, like, what are you?
Stupid to say
The
that.
fuck? It's like.
You're not wrong, but you're also stupid for saying that.
But he's also a piece of shit for being like, well, you got to be careful who you trust. Like, this nigga is so weird. Like, it's so dumb. It's so dumb.
Like, he's right. I agree with him. But, like, for sure, men need birth control because this man is wild. Like, absolutely crazy. Like, I watched this,
man.
and initially I was like, yo, what is he on about? And then I kept watching. I was like, all right, he's making some valid points. And I was like, yeah, no, 7 kids? Come on. Like, I feel like that man got every STD under the sun. Because obviously you just refuse to protect yourself. So, and then also, if you want to not have kids and you don't want to put a Jimmy on your, what's the phrase? Put a hat? I don't know. Something on your willy.
Put a hat on your Jimmy.
There we go. That one. So if you're refusing to do that,
funny as shit.
then
Place
get a
of
vasectomy.
prophylactic
So
on your
you're
penis.
shooting blanks. Period. Have all the fun you want. And it shouldn't matter to you. You don't want no kids. It's a simple process. You're in and out. Come on now. It's ways.
Now
really
think
don't
about
wanna
all
have
these
kids,
jump offs. Think about all these jump offs who are taking nuts to the face, who about to sit there and get an air whiff and just be like, what happened? Now that somehow, then you gotta be like, nah, it's cool. I had a vasectomy. And you be like, but you didn't come. That's how dumb these people are.
Yes.
They'll turn around and tell you something stupid. You're like, I can't fuck with him no more because he don't nut no more. Like, this is how dumb. I can't even make shit up like this. Like, people just say shit like this. They will find, like,
People are actually dumb.
God, I don't get it. I totally agree that there should be something like, if there was a pill that was just like, all right, cool, go ahead and pop this before you have sex. It won't affect your erection, and you just won't actually cause anything.
Right. I feel like it's simple, and I feel like
if that was the case, $300 a pop.
Either.
There's nothing they can do. They can't make a pill that way because you would just end up being sterile. That's what you're telling them. And the unfortunate side
for some men, so
that part. My issue is just looking at this guy and being like, yeah, I totally agree with you. Birth control totally should be a thing. That way, y'all can both make that cool choice. I'm gonna take a plan B. I'm gonna do this. Sex without a condom is one of the best things on earth.
Absolutely.
So just go ahead. It's one of the best things on earth. So why not just go ahead and just make this a call where you can just be like, this ain't about to happen. And then as soon as you make that call, you're like, you understand the freedom that we just earned as 2 human beings?
Come on now.
It's all like Donkey Kong tonight.
Come on now.
That's the most unabated feeling in the world. You could just be like, oh, we're doing this.
Free nut.
It's the ad lib of Free Nut that just kills me so much. But yeah, I just think like if that was the case, it would be the case. Now, for me, it's one thing for being a deadbeat dad.
Right.
This is such a hard argument. I don't know how the fuck I'm gonna take this side so far.
You got this. You're doing a great job.
It's so difficult to be like, yes, he's a deadbeat dad, but it's also difficult to then take that deadbeat dad role and then be like, I told these women, if you get pregnant, I'm not trying to take care of no kid.
Right.
I don't want to be here for that. I'm not trying to do all that. If he actually somehow,
Right.
for the first time in men history, communicated with a woman
Come on
before having sex and was like, look, I'm gonna be real with you. Like, I'm feeling you. This is clearly gonna go somewhere.
Right.
I'm not trying to take care of no kids. And she was just like,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know why you talking about kids. We just having sex. Like,
And I feel like, oh my God, I feel like that's exactly how the conversation
I
went.
feel like
'Cause I
4
feel like
of them
he
probably said
said
some shit like that.
I feel like he probably did. And he gives me the vibe that he would say some stupid shit like that. Well, it's not stupid, but say it like how he said it to somebody else.
Yeah, but then the problem is when you get people like Future.
Mm.
Yeah, everybody's favorite rapper.
He makes my ass itch.
Yeah.
Sensational.
My issue, my thing about Future is that there ain't no way he had that conversation.
Absolutely not.
There's no way he was mature enough to be like,
I don't think so. Isn't his name like Leviticus or something? What's his name?
Future's name doesn't he have 7 names?
His real name is absolutely insane. I was like, his name is what? Yeah, I would have went with Future too, because
No, his name Nevadius.
Nevadius. I said Leviticus.
I
was close.
It's horrible.
It is.
Oh, also shout out to him being 40 this year.
Okay, congrats to you.
Oh, dusty ass. All right.
40 decades older.
I'm so thrown by this man.
Yeah, that man, he's absolutely nuts. Yeah. He's something else.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
7 kids, bro.
Yeah, 7 kids. Yeah, he has 7 kids. And one of the kids' name is Future.
Shut up.
One of his kids' names is Future.
You being dead ass?
One of his kids' names is Future.
You're lying.
And it's the one with Sierra.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the dude. The 7.
What the?
That's why I was like, what?
You thinking this motherfucker off of IG got a kid named Future?
That's why my reaction
then I
was
take
like
back
that.
everything I said.
That's how I was
That
confused. I was like,
motherfucker.
wait, what?
Yeah.
Nah. Okay, yeah. Future, his name. Yeah.
That's so it. Oh god. Oh brother, this guy stinks.
This guy stinks.
Jeez, man.
Absolutely. A hot
Nah.
flaming mess.
I'm so down with the birth control thing. I can't give
I feel like men wouldn't take it though.
anymore.
You'd have
If you
to,
told me
like,
what this,
hide
you
it.
gotta tell me what it is. You gotta tell me what it is.
Yeah, but you're a responsible man, mostly. I'm assuming.
There's 2 middle fingers up right now. Anyways,
Okay. But like men like him that like really, really need to take it, he's not gonna take it. I'm not taking no birth control. This for women. No, he's not gonna take it. He's absolutely not gonna take it.
That guy would have taken that shit. That ass. Now, if I'm getting roofied with a celibacy pill, or not celibacy pill, like a plan B,
Mm-hmm.
roofing me then. I don't gonna tell you.
Give me the roofies.
Give me the roof,
Give me
right?
my drink.
Come on, Bill Cosby, make it happen, baby.
Bill Cosby is crazy. That's the first time I heard that.
Really?
That is the first time, and it's so easy. I know that's the first time I've ever heard that, and I'm like questioning how.
The moment I heard somebody ever call him Bill Cosby,
Oh my God.
I have never went back.
Oh my God.
I've been saying-
Also, I have a
I've been
conspiracy
saying
about
pudding
that.
pills so bad.
Jesus. We definitely have to do this episode on nothing but conspiracy theories because oof,
Yes, that
it's my
I can
other
do. I
kink.
can't do an episode. I can't do an episode on Bill Cosby. That was my dad growing up.
No, I have a conspiracy about him because okay,
That's fine. I just can't do a whole episode on Bill.
no.
Pill. Pill. No, this.
Pill. I can't unhear it now. I can't unhear it. That's crazy.
Oh yeah, take that with you everywhere you go.
Absolutely, like Visa.
Thank
Or is it MasterCard?
Definitely MasterCard.
I knew it was one of them. I was close.
Pick a card, any card. Okay, lastly,
But not
Chris
least.
Rock just Dusty is.
Ooh.
So Will Smith's punching bag had a new stand-up.
That's wow. The way that you are introducing this right now is monumental.
And apparently it had some split reviews.
For sure.
But he had like introduced this as a whole thing, right? Like it was
What do you
supposed to be
It's a Netflix special.
like he did. Yeah, it's a Netflix special.
Mhm. Yeah, apparently he was like doing like, I guess this is a thing that comedians do. They'll like soft launch their jokes or whatever, like doing like smaller venues or what have you. So I guess he was doing that, and now he has the special.
Yes,
I haven't watched
they do
it.
the warm-ups. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't watched it, but I've seen clips and stuff. I mean, from the clips, and it looked fine to me. It looks funny, sound funny. I laughed at some of the things he says. Pretty funny. But again, I'm gonna watch it between now and the next time we record, and maybe my opinion will change. But from what I've seen so far, I don't think.
Part of what I've read,
Mm-hmm.
at least what I've read, part of what I've read is that they said he was punching down on black women
I saw that.
again. Which
I
apparently he, in his special, he of course had to bring up jokes about Jada Pinkett Smith
I heard that.
and Meghan Markle.
I heard a brief snippet of that one. So the Meghan Markle one, he was pretty much saying that she was crying and complaining about like regular in-law shit. And that's pretty much what he was saying, like how they wanted to know how like dark the baby would be. He was like, black people do that, and so he was making a joke out of that. But again, I haven't watched the whole thing, so maybe it got worse. I don't know.
Oh gosh.
And then for the Jada Pinkett one, that I feel like that was more from the clip that I saw. I think it was more so a dig at Will than Jada. Because he was like, after the whole entanglement thing, everybody was calling Will Smith a bitch. Charlemagne, the Breakfast Club, this, that, and the other person. Everybody called him a bitch because Jada was sleeping with his friends, with Jaden's friend. August, what's his name? I was about to call him Augustine. That's not his name. Augustus something. That guy, the entanglement dude. Like,
August Alsina.
Yeah, thank you. So, and they were like, everybody called him a bitch, but he hits me. That's the one I heard. So I don't know if he said anything else about Jada, but those are the jokes that I heard, and I thought they were funny.
Apparently, part of his joke was also that he had parents, and that the reason why he didn't press charges is that they raised him right, and they told him not to fight in front of white people.
Oh shit.
I mean, look, I recently watched a stand-up special by Andrew Santiago. Is it Andrew? I don't fucking know at this point. It's called Cheeseburger. He does a great job of talking about storytelling.
Okay.
And part of the thing that happens that people forget is what comedy is. Specifically what stand-up is. When you decide to go and watch stand-up, you've agreed to be an audience member in storytelling.
Yeah.
So part of the thing you have to understand is you're going to come in with assumptions. I'm going to come in with some assumptions. And if I'm doing a good job, we are either going to come up with the same assumptions or you get to have your own opinion. And that's totally fine but you signed up for the story.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you got to come in with some of understanding that this is what it is. Like he told a story, and I'm gonna butcher his joke,
Mm-hmm.
but he butchered this joke. The he, he didn't butcher it. He did a great job with it. Pretty much, his joke was this: he was talking about how he had a dog, and he told this whole story about this dog, and he wasn't really messing with the dog, but the dog was just something that he had to deal with because his wife wanted a dog, and it was fine. So he
Mm-hmm.
takes the dog out, and he finally deals with the dog. They're outside in the park, and this little girl comes up, and she has like a mental disorder, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, "Oh, can I pet your dog?" And he's like, "No, sure,
Mm-hmm.
fine. Go ahead and pet the fucking dog, right? Like, I don't want to deal with this. What it is, what it is."
Right.
And the
We're
whole
here.
time, right, the whole time the dog just goes and just starts acting up, right? And he's like, "Oh, yo, please, not now. Please don't do this. Don't do this
Not right now.
now, right? This is a bad time."
Right.
Um, and he's like explaining the whole time that the girl finally realized that like when she went to go pet and the dog like snipped at her, he was like, he doesn't like me. And he goes, "No, that's not the case." He goes, "He doesn't. That dog, that dog doesn't like people like me."
Oh.
And you're like,
Oh.
"No, my dog does. No, that's not what my dog does. No, I mean, normally he doesn't like black people,
Oh shit.
but like it's fine
Mm-hmm.
because you know you assume that this mentally challenged girl was white because they normally are."
Oh shit.
And I was like, "Oh shit," right? And I was like, that to me was just
That's
so
funny.
like, it's like, fuck. And you're like, yes. So you came in here with that assumption. I never said in
Right.
that story that she was white.
Right. That's funny.
But
And
that
you did not
whole
butcher it.
time, but at that whole time, I didn't put clothes or any type of idea in your head, but you just thought
Right.
she was white.
Mm.
And that is your assumption when you come into this idea that you come into a place where I'm telling a story. You're going to leave with your own assumptions. You're
Mm-hmm.
going to leave with this. But for as much as I tell you the story, you have to understand that I'm telling the story.
Right.
We put a lot of fucking pressure and police the values of
We
comedians,
do. We do.
people who are supposed to make you laugh. And I will say, as a person who's not a comedian, but is a fan of comedians,
Mm-hmm.
because Dave Chappelle is literally my favorite comedian.
Mm-hmm.
Just for the fact that he is so different in his storytelling
Yeah, I
ability.
love Dave Chappelle.
But
He's
when
a
I tell you,
genius.
he's a genius.
He's actually, and
He's-
he makes his smartness funny. He is so talented on so many levels.
Absolutely.
I love me some Dave Chappelle.
When I tell you that society just got, it's the one time when you can go, "These snowflakes, Stanley," like you can understand that the people got sensitive and they became
Super
more
sensitive.
and more sensitive.
Yeah.
And part of it was, and this is just me saying it, this is just little old Fresh just
No,
saying
fresh.
how he feels that kids got bullied, and instead of shooting the dozens, they shot guns.
Facts.
So
No bullshit for real.
So they were tired of. So what happened
Yes.
was there was verbal altercations for a while.
Mhm.
People turned around, and society was like, cyberbullying is a problem. And so then they turned around. This is just an opinion. I don't give a
Mhm.
fuck. Like this is what it is.
Mhm.
They turned around and had the cyberbullying shit. People were getting picked on cyberbullying. But before all that, it was you talk shit about somebody to their face. So that guy was
Right.
bold only because you were usually bigger or more popular.
Right.
When you had to tell the little person, hey, don't take that from him.
Right.
Say something back.
Fight back.
Right? It was fight back.
Right.
And so then you would turn around and be like, well, that's why your mom smells like water. And you're like, all right, bro.
You'll
She's
get
like,
it
bro,
next
what
time.
right. He says, fine. And then what we'll do, Big Dude turns around and goes, hey, yo, what you say about my mother?
Right.
And then they would beat your ass.
Lessons
And then
I
you would come home with your ass beaten.
Beat again.
And then you would have two things that you'd have a litany of things that had happened. Either you get your ass whooped for getting your ass whooped, because now you're disrespecting your family.
Dishonor.
Either you get your dishonor, right? You get your big brother involved, and your big brother be like, yo, where's their big brother at?
Mm-hmm.
Or they'd be like, hey, yo, don't nobody touch my little brother no more. Or you'd have to learn to fight.
Yeah, for sure.
And that was just the human nature approach to things like that.
Yeah.
For me growing up, people used to pick on me.
Mm-hmm.
My older brother, I had two brothers. My oldest brother never picked on me because he was rarely ever there. My second oldest brother was usually closer, and he would pick on me. He would say I was sensitive.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And he thinks that by picking on me, that it was supposed to make me tougher. It just made me angry.
Mm.
It wasn't like I was supposed. But the thing is that about him, his retaliation style was, if you say words I don't like, I start swinging.
Mm.
I'm really good at words you don't like.
Mm.
So now he's got to start swinging.
Mm.
That all stopped when I was 18. Because by 18, I was 280, 6'3".
Mm. Try me if you want to, bitch.
And I put his head in the couch, and it was the last time we ever fought.
Period.
And he's 6 years older than me.
Period.
So we stopped fighting at 18. He was popping me in the mouth and doing all this extra shit when I was younger.
Right.
4 years of football, we ain't talking no more.
That part.
Square up. It was like he was putting people in submission moves. What was I doing? I was putting them in submission moves. And when he realized that, and mom comes out, it's like, what's going on? It's me letting him out the couch. So so I have a genetic advantage in that situation.
Right.
Other motherfuckers had to find out their words, and those words would mess with those other people.
Mm-hmm.
And you'd have to go back and forth. Either you earn their respect or you were just enemies. Today, people's retaliation towards motherfuckers who either say or hit them.
Mm-hmm.
We have parents who don't do a good job of altering that situation.
Mm-hmm.
And we have kids who are too afraid to have the conversation.
That part, yeah. Yeah. For sure. Because it's kind of like bullying is like, to a certain degree, is a necessary evil. Because it does build character. You are either you have no choice but to learn from it. Now, what you do with that lesson is up to you. I was bullied. It didn't last long, but they tried to bully me in school.
She started squaring up real quick.
I did, because I don't like bullies. I don't like anybody having that power over me and misusing it. Like, it's really, I really don't like bullies. Like, I don't know why they just do something to me, and I don't like it. And so when the bullying started, I like to sit back and observe. I was like, all right, where is this going? What is happening? And then it kept going. I was like, yeah, no, we're not doing this. No, we're not doing this. And I'm very good with my words. So my words are my strength. If I have to get physical, we can pull out that bag of tricks, but words are my go-to. That's my strength. So, and I like to make a joke out of a lot of stuff. So I feel like being funny has, kept me out of fights.
I almost fought a kid the other day. I'll tell you that.
Not a kid at your job?
At my job. Because I'm good with words. Mm-hmm. And he's one of those kids that can't stand a human being. He can't stand authority.
Ooh.
So he's, yeah, of course not.
Shut up.
But she's just he just generally was all in his feelings. And I told him, I was like, the whole table was acting a fool. I came over there. I was like, yo, I yelled. I was like, yo, y'all can't seriously be sitting over here. This is your first time at lunch. sit down at the table.
Right.
He want to say, "Oh, I didn't do anything." I said,
Ooh.
"I didn't ask you."
Come on.
So then he turned around. He want to start saying stuff into his bowl,
Oh, I hate
and
that.
everybody else
I
is
hate
saying
that.
stuff, right? And they're like, "Oh, he said this." I say, "I don't care because he's not man enough to turn around and say it to me."
Come on.
And he want to turn his head a little bit and be like, right. I said, "Cool. Say it to your salad. Don't say it to me because when you're ready to say it to me, we're gonna have another situation."
Yo, not say it to your salad.
Right.
Oh,
That's the
God.
word. That's the word.
Yeah, yeah,
He
for
turned
sure.
around. He turned around and told his guidance counselor about it because the guidance counselor like pulled him to the side before he got on the bus.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, so he was all talking trash, so we called him fat." I said, "Right." He said that to his friends. He ain't say it to me.
Right.
Because let a 10-year-old kid turn around and call me fat. What am I gonna do? Oh no, my feelings.
Right.
Oh no, did you notice something obvious about me? Wow. Great context clues.
You start acting like Dorothy Explorer.
Right. Wow. Wow, fill in your name, punk ass kid. Do you think that took a lot of brain power to figure that out?
Oh my God.
It's little pieces of shit like that I want to be like, great,
Where
good
your
for
parents
you,
at?
man.
Where your daddy at?
Right. I know your dad failed. I can look at you and tell your dad failed.
Damn.
But it's hard for me as an adult to give you a life lesson on some shit
Yeah.
that you won't carry to your parents and be like,
Yeah.
what's your problem? The teacher said they called me a punk ass with a Oedipus complex that don't go like
I really feel like your calling where you should be is with high school kids. Like honestly, I feel like the little kids are beneath you. Like honestly, I really do. Like knowing you,
uh-huh.
I feel like it's not the passion isn't there. It's there for a job, maybe just to have the next one. But I feel like high school level is like that's the sweet spot for you. I feel like you would do so well.
Like a book.
Yeah, for sure.
Like a book. I've already said it. I'm gonna give you a great point. My principal gave me an observation and she turned around and said, "First of all, this is clearly your passion. This is clearly what you're meant to do."
For
right?
sure. Anybody can
And
see
I was like, "I really appreciate that." She goes, "With that being said, you've outgrown this." And she's like, because she's watching me teach a lesson in a manner that is like, you could do 30 other things with this lesson. And you only have 30 minutes and you got most of the stuff done that you're talking about anyways. And I'm just like, yep. And she's like, when the paperwork is ready to be signed, send it my way. I will send you out. So she's
That's
already like,
good.
yo, you're supposed to be out, bro. Like
Yeah.
I don't know why they messed up, but they messed up. And I was like, yep. So I totally,
Yeah.
it's not that I want to sit there and be like, oh, y'all ain't practicing? You deadbeat kids? Like it's not not like I'm trying to
want to, it's that you can't.
right. I can't. I'm supposed to be able to get away with one curse word a year, at least.
Damn.
At least. I'm supposed to be able to be like, Tyler, shut the door.
Tyler.
So what's it gonna take for you little shits to get it together? Like I'm supposed to be.
That's what you're gonna hear.
Right. And I'm gonna be like this. So y'all just gonna waste my fucking time today, right? All right, cool. Max,
No.
I need you to run sectionals. Do this. I'm done. Y'all gonna figure it out, and I'll just walk to my office.
Yeah.
And just go, because that's where my level of ability is. I'm
Yeah. I feel like this is soul crushing. And I'm glad that you have a principal that sees that and that's in your corner. That's really dope. That's important to have. Like, I feel like with high school, like, I feel like you would have like students that would meet your energy and like match your passion and want to like soak up the information that you have. You know, right now it's just kids being kids and kids don't really know anything right now. They might have an interest in it. There might even be some that have a passion for it, but it's just like kids are kids, and they're they're still developing. They don't got it all. They're just there twiddling their thumbs, figuring it out, right? I feel like high school kids, they're a little bit more, not even a little bit, they're more advanced. And I feel like they would be the puzzle piece for what you're trying to do. I feel like I hope you find
Even
that.
if I appreciate it. Even if I had kids that were just simply like I just got out of this meeting and this guy has a school that hasn't had music in it for 2 years. He just took over this year. And it was during COVID, so they didn't have a band program for 2 years. So
Damn.
most of his kids who have signed up are freshmen. So they're either brand new or they're just like conceiving this idea off the rip.
Yeah.
And I'm like, give me that program.
Yeah.
Give me that program right now. Because you know what I'd do? I would spend every day working on fundamentals in a way that they would appreciate it.
Yeah.
If you don't understand the difference it is, for me, when I was learning scales, scales were a pain in my ass. And so you had to learn how to do the fingerings for it. You had to learn how to do all the shit for it. And I'm just like, man, this is boring as fuck. But when I got to college and they were like, you got to learn them at this speed and you got to learn them this fast at this pace. And somebody came to the school one day and was like, yeah, have you heard of the Drums Plus app or some shit like that? And I'm like, no, I don't know what that is. He goes, oh, it's great. So it's like a $4 app. You just take it. It gives you every style of drums.
Okay.
Jazz, Afrobeat, techno, country, brushes, literally like all types of shit all day.
Very nice.
Any speed you want. I said, that simple thing made learning those scales that much easier.
Wow.
Because it was something so simple, because now you're turning scales into music. Scales, when you're learning it, is boring as hell.
Yeah.
And you're like, why am I learning it?
Right.
But now I'm playing with a drum beat. You can go on YouTube and type in soul, bossa nova, whatever, or bossa, like just whatever you want as a background track and just play with it.
That's cool.
And you can just do that. And for me, the moment I started playing music like that for my kids, when I started doing it, it changed everything for them.
Wow.
So I'm like, that's the shit where I'm like, yo, I could be blowing kids' minds right now.
Yeah.
But half of these kids are like asking me, oh, what time is it? We have to go back to class. I said, I still have 3 minutes. Please shut up. I know what time it is.
Just
Please shut up.
makes me think of Sister Act 2. Like, honestly, you're Whoopi Goldberg and Sister Act 2. Like, no BS. And you gotta find your Lauryn Hill. Tell them if they tell your kids if they want to be somebody. And if they want to go somewhere. They gotta wake up and pay attention.
Exactly.
You should just.
That's what I gotta do.
Yeah, that's what you really have to sit down and do for sure. Yeah, that's the breakthrough right there.
Yeah, that anxiety life lesson conversation we had, I was like, that's a conversation. That'll hit a kid.
Head.
That'll hit a kid who owns a $600 violin.
Yeah,
you know,
maybe.
When it hits them more when they're like, we have this performance that you have to give in front of the entire county.
Ooh, not the county.
Yeah.
That's kind of scary.
Anyways, let's switch it up.
What we got on the table today?
So I've got a couple of these questions that we're going to start introducing to our guests. Yes, we're getting so popular that we're going to have guests. She's silent clapping. I don't know how that just happened.
Magic.
Right. So I'm going to ask you a bunch of questions. These are going to be questions that we're going to ask guests so that we keep them on the edge of their toes. We're going to end up switching these questions up so that it either gets perverted or hilarious. Either which way, it's just going to be necessary. All right. So I'm going to ask question number one. Question number one. If you could have dinner with any historical figure, who would it be and why?
Any historical figure. Any historical figure.
I picked Jay-Z. No, I'm kidding.
Okay, the first one that comes to mind is John F. Kennedy. And the reason is I want to I want to know what he knows and why they were after him so bad. Like they killed him for a
Good question.
reason. Allegedly.
Good move.
Allegedly.
Sorry, I got you.
Allegedly.
They
There we
killed him
go.
for a reason. Like I watch, y'all know I love documentaries. So I watched documentaries a while ago. And it was about the magic bullet, which is the bullet that killed JFK. And it just was all over the place. And they just
That's hilarious.
what? The name of it?
The
or?
magic. Yes, the
Yeah.
magic bullet.
And so I'm obsessed with like origin stories, history, like stuff like that, conspiracy theories, all of that stuff. So in the documentary, they were pretty much talking about the magic bullet, probably what really happened, and all of these like things that are probably 98% true. But I want to know what he knew. Like he knew something. Marilyn Monroe, he got her killed because he probably told her something she wasn't supposed to know. I just want to know what he knew, and like, I just want to know. That's the first. There's probably so many better historical figures, but that's literally the first one that popped into my mind. So until I come up with a better answer, that's my answer.
Okay. So I'm gonna take that same approach of until I come up with a better answer, I'm gonna use my answer.
Okay.
And mine was originally Marilyn Monroe.
Get the fuck out of here. Why? See, we're destined to be friends.
Yeah, honestly.
Wait,
Honestly,
why her?
Well, I don't have such a great answer. It's more along the lines of everybody kept calling her like thick and her being like heavy set and all this shit.
Yeah.
And for years, I was like, yeah, I guess Marilyn Monroe's fat. Like, I guess
Right.
she's a thick girl. And then
Mhm.
they showed pictures of her, and she was just
Curvy.
okay. She was just of curves.
That's literally it. I think
And
wasn't
so
she
my
from the South? She's a Southern girl. She got curves.
Right. And so I was just like,
I think
let's
she's from the
see if
South.
she, let me tell you right now, Marilyn Monroe was actually born in California. So I don't know what you're
Oh,
talking
Southern
She might have-
California.
Ah! I'll tell you what makes it weird. What her actual name.
Yeah, I forget what it was. It's something country as shit.
That's the problem. Was that it's Norma Jean
There it go.
Mortensen.
That's why
Damn,
I
I
thought she
didn't
was
know
from the
that.
South. Norma Jean?
That's a
Bro.
Norma Jean.
That ain't
She was
some
born
down
in-
south name.
Right. Her mom was born in Mexico, so that's a first step.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes.
Okay.
Her mother's name is
That's not
Gladys
even
Pearl
white.
Baker. Yeah, I know. Her
Mhm.
mother, Gladys Pearl Baker, was born in Piedras Negras, Coahuila, Mexico, to a
Period.
poor Midwestern family. So yeah. So I just want to go on a date with her because date.
No,
Fuck outta
you
here.
said it right.
Yeah,
Go on a
fine, date. She just looks like she's built like solid as a person. And I
Brick
just want to
house.
go on this date. I just want to go on this dinner and be like, hey, so you look nice. And she's like, thank you. I'm like, okay, never mind. Just hurry up and eat your food. We gotta get this over with. Sorry, I was gonna pick Obama, but he was busy. So just pick Marilyn Monroe for now. We'll come back and I'll have a different answer one day.
Yeah, one day.
One day.
All right, I'll do the next one.
All right, cool.
What is one thing you wish you could tell your younger self?
Oh, so I've thought about this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Younger self. Doesn't matter what age it is.
Mm-hmm.
You're not that big.
I feel that.
So many people just called me fat for a long period of time.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started doing football and I was getting into okay shape.
Yeah.
Still had like a stomach. But if I had just continued to just work out
Yeah.
and just had because especially when my metabolism was where it should have been or
Man.
whatever. If somebody had just went, hey, because the one time I had that conversation, I felt like it was too late. I had turned like 22, 23,
Mm-hmm.
and I was already on that other half of this.
Mm-hmm.
This guy literally looked at me. He goes, wait, how much do you weigh? And I told him I weighed like at the time like 3 something, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, no fucking way. And I'm like, yeah, I weigh this. He goes, bro, now mind you, I've had a conversation with 2 different people. One was a
Mm-hmm.
person who was like, we were working on this trucking company, and the other
Mm-hmm.
person was she was a bodybuilder. And they literally go, no fucking way. And I go, yeah. He was like, bro, do you know what this means? I'm like,
You gonna tell
that I
me?
weigh a lot? Like, the fuck you're asking me?
Right.
And he's like, you can just cut. Like, you can just focus on cutting fat, and you would have physique.
Nice.
And I'm like, yeah, that sounds great, right? That sounds great.
In theory,
But
on paper.
I got like 20 something years of not doing that. Like, so
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
my body has to get used to going to, let's do that.
Yeah.
Your body's waking up and not stretching. Your body's waking up and not intaking large amounts of water in the morning and then doing. So like I would have to do that. But like I've always had it in my head that I was fat
Yeah.
to the point where like when I go back and look at pictures of me in high school or college and stuff like that, it's always
Yeah.
like I could have done something with that shape and been fine.
I felt that
So
in my
like,
soul.
yeah. So I literally would have went back and been like, yo, everybody's got perspectives, bro. You're not that big. Just stay in the gym. And I would have stayed in the gym and been fine.
Yeah.
My shoulders would be touching my earlobes, but I'd have been fine. Right? Just all types of shit. I'd have been in there. Yeah, I'd have been in there just ripping shit in half. Just be like, can I see that? I need a napkin. Can I see that phone book?
No.
I'm just doing that shit. So that's what I'm
For
saying.
no
Is like,
reason.
yeah. So I don't think it's too late for me. It's just like mentally when I think about it, it's just like I've seen pictures. I remember when I was doing football and I was even on muscle milk.
Mhm.
So this girl had came up to me after the summer and she's
Mhm.
like, she had never seen me in anything football related. I was just
Mhm.
always wearing whatever clothes I was wearing. And then one day I was wearing my football jersey and she's like, your arms are huge. And she took my arm and put it to her face and she was like, it's bigger than my face. And I was like, oh, she is about to fuck tonight. It's like, so I don't know what she's on, but be on it. So my brain, so I was like, all right, cool. No, when you're 17, that's just the
Bro,
mentality.
high school
Shawty came up to
fresh,
you,
Lord.
high school fresh,
I can
different
only
human being.
imagine. I can only
Hi-
imagine.
And I
feel
was
like
less
we would've been
confident.
friends in high school. I feel like we would have been friends. I do.
I had a huge amount of different friends, so you definitely
Same.
would have been one of them.
Same.
Definitely. One thing you wish you could tell your younger self.
Probably to make plans for the future. This might get a little morbid, but I would say to make plans for the future because when I was younger, I didn't envision like 20s and 30s, like I don't know, I didn't see that for me. And so I didn't have any plans. Like I had like interests and stuff, like theater was one of them, writing was another one of them, and I never really did anything with them. I just kind of was just like existing and not really not really living. So I would tell my younger self to make plans. You're definitely going to get older. And yeah, you're going to get older. So you kind of want to make plans for that. Because I kind of like was winging it for a long time. And I feel like I wasted a lot of time just winging it and figuring stuff out. Like I went to college because I just thought that was the next step. I was like, all right, well, this is what everybody else was doing. I literally followed the pack to college. Like I had no plans, I had no agenda. I just went because I had nothing else to do. So I went. I made like a bunch of great like lifelong friends out of college. That's about it. I wasn't in class that much. I have a lot of great memories and trips from college, but yeah, I didn't go with a purpose. So now I have student loans for no reason. So I feel like if I would have maybe had a plan, but like the mindset that I was in back then, it wasn't a good one. So I didn't see like in the future, like it was like dark. So I didn't see anything. So I wish I would have made plans. I would go back and tell my younger self, you're gonna live a long time. It's gonna be great. We'll go ahead and plan for that so you don't have to wing shit. Because winging shit is not fun.
It's not.
No, it's not. It's hard to wing stuff when you really didn't have to. So that's what I would say, for sure.
I definitely didn't think about my future like I should have.
Yeah.
Because I definitely had $200 in Bitcoin.
Yeah,
So
really?
there goes
Damn.
in 2015, I definitely had it. But I was also
Sheesh.
sitting there going, man, I need that $200.
Right? Yeah. I wish I had my brain now back then. If I had my brain now back then, please. I used to write plays and they were good. Listen.
See, that's a whole different level of like.
We're good. And I was doing that like at an early age. And I don't know, I'm a PBS kid. And I don't know if y'all have heard of Zoom.
Sorry to hear that.
She said, sorry to hear that. Shut your ass up.
What about Zoom?
No, not Zoom. It's a show called Zoom. With like, it was like a really,
I know what you're talking about.
It was like the Kids Bop version of Saturday Night Live. Legit Kids Bop version of that. And I ate that shit up. I loved Zoom. And there was a like you could write into them. They were like, if you want to write into us, write into us. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna write into them. And then me writing into them turned into me just writing plays and skits and stuff. And so that's how that started. I was good at it. I should have done something with it. At one point in my life, I wanted to be an actress. I didn't do nothing with it. Maybe shit. So yeah, I would go back and be like, make moves. Ooh, if I could go with my brain today, I would take over the world. It's not too late, so it still might happen.
It's still not too late, exactly.
It's not too late.
You know what's crazy? Zoom came out in 1972.
Really?
Yeah, it's been on PBS for a break.
I didn't. I wonder what the kids from like my Zoom era are doing.
That's a good question. That'd be a good thing to check out.
We should do a Where Are They Now episode where we just catch up on a bunch of old people.
A bunch of old shows?
Oh, a bunch of old shows. Yeah, hell yeah. That'd be dope.
Absolutely. Let's see, where are we at? If you could live in any time period, which one would you choose and why? This always makes me think of that video.
Which one?
That question's not for us.
No, it's not. It's really not. I'm like, I'm definitely not going back in time.
I'm not going back.
Any time period. So that means it could be fictional or non-fictional. It's just any time period. Okay, so we're gonna go with fictional because I ain't trying to go nowhere in this one. So
all right, good move. That's safe.
Right. So where would I go is the question. I don't know. That's hard. Any time period. I really don't know. That question is really not for Black people.
It's really not.
Because I'm like, I'm tiptoeing now as it is in 2023. So I'm not trying to go back. That's for damn sure. You know what? Maybe I'll just go back to the very beginning.
And just start out. You don't have the brain that you have now. I'll tell you that now.
Why are you adding shit?
I'm just saying, like.
It doesn't say that.
No. So you go back to the very beginning.
Yeah.
But my question is, do you change ages?
Oh, you're
because
asking,
if you change, because if you change age, like that's a whole different story, right?
It is.
Because then you have to pick an age, and then go about it. So
you're right. I don't know.
Because if I'm like, I'm going back to the 60s, it's like, yeah, but how old are you? And you're like,
I would
well,
like to. I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I would really want to go back to the very beginning before all of this shit started. Hopefully I could bring a couple people with me. Because I'm not trying to rebuild the earth by myself. I'm not God. But I don't know.
Thank you for letting me know.
Yeah, you're welcome. In case you were wondering, I know I'm a black woman. It's really hard to tell sometimes, but I'm not God. That's what pisses people off.
Where's my cap button?
It's too late. The time has passed.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I think that's where I would go to the beginning. I want to go to see if the aliens had something to do with the pyramids. I don't know. I'll probably go there. Yeah, sure.
But you gotta live in that time period. You know that.
I just can't visit. I gotta stay.
Nah, you gotta live there.
Oh damn!
The rest of your time, yeah, the rest
have to live.
So you gotta live in that time period. If you live in that time period, you'd be like, wow, these pyramids look real nice. They look real nice if you got back to work. That's exactly what it would be.
Oh shit.
So good luck. Good luck choosing a time period. For me,
damn. Yeah, me.
I'd live in Theo's room in the Cosby Show.
Was it the Cosby's?
Yes.
In his room specifically?
Yes.
Okay.
Before Theo was born.
What was his room before he was born?
It was just a room.
Oh, okay. So you're trying to take over Theo's life?
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay.
But I know how to read, so there'd be the difference.
Malcolm Jamal Warner, your time ends now.
Getting there talking about, I think you just accept me because I'm your son. Head ass. He said, Theo, that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Get out of here, motherfucker. No wonder you get D's in school. Now pass me these pills. Yo, I just watched the fucking episode of Prim's Head Cinema. He did a review on the episode where they had the barbecue sauce. It's
I gotta watch
to die for. I'm gonna send it to you.
All right,
oh my god.
Oh my god. Yeah, I don't know. This question's tough. I really truly don't know. It's definitely gonna be a fictional time period because I don't know.
We might end up swapping this question out for something.
Yeah, this one's hard. Alrighty, I'll take the next one. What is the best piece of advice you have ever received?
My best piece of advice I've ever received. I had a mindset when I was growing up in music that I was good, but I wasn't great. And if I ever felt like I was great, but I wasn't excellent. So I was always living in a deficit so that I can constantly keep working. And I told this to a professional musician, and he was a guy I looked up to, and I finally got to meet him, and I told him this, and he goes, I hear what you're saying, but instead of living that way, why not perceive your greatness and then hold yourself to a standard where you don't make the mistakes that only good people make?
I like that.
I'm gonna say it again because there's somebody that's gonna hear this one day that doesn't understand the depth of which that shook my life. I constantly was looking up, saying, I'm not that. So I'm constantly reaching to be that, which is what most people do. They have goals that they have to reach for. Instead, it's the idea of dress for the job you want, not the one you have. But instead of dressing, it's a life choice. And so when you decide, like it's like what we're doing now, when we decide that we want to put out a podcast together, it's not like, I guess we'll record a couple episodes and then we'll post it. No, it's like, we made the accounts. We're doing it. We have a brand. It is done. The next steps are involved. And then when I cash a check, you can't say I didn't do nothing about it. I was doing something about it. So that part. So when I say that you can't continuously live in this fear
Mm.
of not being as good as someone else
Mm.
or not reaching the ideas that you can already do the things that you can. You have to hold yourself accountable as if you already do it.
Period.
And so when I taught my lesson, I told these kids, I said, what's the difference between a professional and an amateur? And they gave me all different types of answers. They were like, a professional, they work hard, and an amateur doesn't. And I'm like, word? That's how you feel?
Mm.
So you don't think these people out here that are on the streets that are going out and they're just playing, they don't think they work hard? No, I said, look, when I was growing up, the difference between a professional and an amateur is that a professional got paid.
Legit, that's it.
So the only difference here is that if you gonna call yourself a professional, it's because somebody saw your amateur work and thought you should got paid for it.
Hello? That's it.
Anything else?
Mm.
Anything else? You just live amongst the other people.
Mm.
You can live amongst me. That's fine.
Right.
But I'm not letting you in the door
Mm.
because there's a difference between amateurs and professionals. And the
Paycheck.
only difference should be that paycheck.
That's
You should be
it.
holding yourself accountable so that you can become a professional.
I agree. I agree with that 110%.
Yeah.
I love that. I really do. And it's like one of those pieces of advice that, like, the more you think about it, the more it hits you, and like the more you understand it. I love that. Mine's is, I guess you could say, it's similar. It's in like the same neighborhood. And it kind of sounds cliche at first, but it was it's along the lines of if you can do anything you put your mind to. It's if you can think it, then you can do it. And like on the surface, it's very much so cliche, yada yada. But like I sat with that for a minute, and it was really like, no, like for real, like anything that you can think of and envision for yourself, you can do it. If you put the work in, and you grind, and you constantly day to day you absorb this lifestyle of what it is that you want to do and where you want to get to, like it can be done. It's nothing that cannot be done. So like that phrase, like it really resonated with me, and I could not get that out of my head. And I remember back when I was doing like vision boards and stuff, I had put it on my vision board. Like it really stuck with me because like I feel like I have a very creative mind, and
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
I I think of a lot of things, and I second guess myself a lot, and I talk myself out of things. And like I feel like sometimes I dream like too big, and that really made me like, no, that's not too big. That's not out of the realm of possibility. Like break it down into the steps to get there. If you can think about it, it can be done. Like it can. And I love that. I think that's great.
That's absolutely what I think of when I think about like part of what our friendship is and part of what I know about you is that you do have a creative mind. What I enjoy about it is that you do know that the TV show that you had planned and the ideas that you had going on, like all those things are possible. It's less about whether or not it can be done.
Yeah.
It's more about you thinking about, will it be received?
Yeah.
But the question should not be, well, are people going to receive it? The question is, how the hell are you ever going to know?
Yeah. I don't do it.
How many people, I think about this in a lot of different ways. There's composers, right? Who've made very famous pieces of music. Some of their storylines getting to when they made that piece of music takes forever.
Yeah.
They got kicked out of a conservatory and they were just making music in a coffee shop, and then boom, top 200 composers of all time. You've got people who go out there where Samuel L. Jackson didn't get his first acting role until he was, in
like
his
in
40s.
40s, yeah.
Right? Morgan Freeman didn't hit until after 30. You get all these things that happen. You see shows like Friends, and you see shows like
You mean the Living Single
just
spinoff?
That was exactly what I was about to fucking say. I was just literally about to just say Living Single. And you're gonna see shows that are just popping like that, right?
Mhm.
Where like they're constantly being made. Do you think that everybody that was in the production of that show
Mhm.
that it was their first thing they ever did?
Probably not.
No,
Probably not.
probably not indeed. And so that's why I say it.
Yeah.
In general, for me, it just makes a lot more sense if we just take some time out
Mhm.
to just realize that you gotta fail up
Ooh, I love
and
that.
do the things and do the things and you just pick up the scraps and you just go boom, next foundation, boom, and you're like, all right, cool. And because those things that didn't go
For
through make the better version of the thing.
Oh my God. Yes.
Because
100%. Yes. Hell yeah.
oh
Oh
yeah,
my God. Say that shit again, because that
oh yeah.
is the
One of my
truth.
closest friends has so many ideas, and he's just like sitting right here in the back of his head.
Mm.
And one of the things he ever told me, I said, "Bro, you have all these ideas and you don't take them nowhere. What's going on?"
Mhm.
And he's just like, "I just don't know like how to process them. I don't know what to do."
I feel
I
that.
said, "Name right." I said, "Name one thing you want to do." He goes, "I want to design uniforms for the NFL.
Mm.
I think that I
Ooh.
can make some busting ass uniforms
Fire.
and make it happen." I said, "Cool. Here's what you do." Because I'm not going to say that I've done it before,
Right.
but I'm going to tell you a great process that you should go in order to make some shit happen.
Yes.
Right? Originally, I said you can probably get your way through it, but people make concept designs all the fucking time.
Oh
You would
yeah.
have to go through and just make the graphic art of what you want and take your second best ideas
Mm.
and sell them like they're your first.
That part.
And go in there and just push and tell people that they are going to miss out if they don't design them like this. And you don't go to
Right.
NFL because the NFL doesn't know who the fuck you are.
Right.
And right? You have to find your connection in and through
Mhm.
to the sellers of those things. Because every
Right.
couple of years, Nike and Reebok go back and forth between who gets to design it for the NFL, who gets to design it for the NFL, and they go
Right.
back and forth. The same thing happens with NBA. They have
Right.
contracts. You have to find
You
yourself
get your foot in the door.
a person that's going to get you real damn close. And you take your second best idea and you sell it. And it doesn't matter if you find a
Absolutely.
graphic designer who's like, "Oh, I like these."
Right.
Get your shit copywritten first
Important.
and then go and sell that bitch. And then when you're done, you take all that seed money, whatever it
Mhm.
is, mind you, negotiate. You just take
Mhm.
all that seed money and you have that as your backing money for your first best idea.
There you go. Yeah, you're a
And
problem
if
solver.
that,
Like me.
right, I said straight up, if that does not work, then you go to something else. But that is how that works. And that's the thing
Smart.
that when it's like, I want to put a podcast together
Mhm.
and you're like, I really want to make this podcast happen. I'm like, so let's go do that.
Period. Yes.
Right? I got the sound for it. You
Boom.
got the ideas for it. We're gonna
Boom.
make it happen.
And here we
Boom, boom,
are.
boom, boom, boom. Episode 3.
And today is our podcast birthday. We have
Podcast
officially
birthday.
launched. We have 2 episodes up. We
Yes,
are
sir.
recording the
Yes,
third
sir.
one. We are doing it. Doing it and doing it and doing it well.
Well,
Yeah. I
absolutely.
agree with that. Yeah, that matter of fact, Bel Air on Peacock, that started as a concept. It started
Mhm.
as somebody posting an idea that they had for something that's already been done. You know, Fresh Prince of Bel Air, huge hit, amazing, did its run however many years ago. And then this kid, he was like, he made it a comedy into a drama, which they are like real close cousins. Comedy and drama, they're like right here. And
Yes,
he
they are.
turned it into a drama, and then and Will Smith saw it, and now we have Bel Air, and it's amazing. So yeah, definitely doing it, just doing it no matter what. If anything, if
Absolutely.
it fails, you'll have something to build off of. You'll learn from it. You'll grow. I love that. 110%.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I think this list of questions we can wait for the next episode for.
All right.
I think we can push that for that.
Yeah, for
we
sure.
stopped on advice
Yes, we stopped on
and then
advice.
we'll go from there.
I like that.
Absolutely. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I know I'm hilarious as fuck, but like
I feel
it is
like
what it is.
you had mentioned Samuel L. Jackson earlier, and I love seeing. There's like it's a list like on social media. I'm sure you've seen it. That'll go around. So and so, their career started at this age and this age and that age, and I love seeing that. I love seeing
Absolutely.
that. And Samuel L. Jackson is my surrogate father in my head. I love that man so much. Everything he does, like my favorite actor, probably hands down. He's funny. He's like, I feel like he's my surrogate dad for sure. So if Samuel L. Jackson, if somehow you're hearing this, what's up?
Yeah. Come on, man.
Period.
What's in your wallet?
What's in your wallet? I love that man. The way he acts, I think he's awesome.
And he was born in DC. Let him know.
Oh, come on, DMV.
Let's go.
We
Stand
down
up.
the street.
Stand up.
Up. I love that. If it's up, then it's stuck.
Yeah.
I enjoyed this. I enjoyed this podcast. I enjoy them all for sure. I do.
Yeah, they're all right.
They're okay. They're cute.
They're okay. Yeah, I'll tell my other podcast about this.
Damn. Damn. Well, it's been nice knowing you.
Yeah, well, fail up, right?
Not fail up. Yeah, we gonna have to talk after this.
So now that everything's official, I can say things like, "I'll see you in the show notes." All the links are there. I don't have to start yelling out, Twitter, Twitch, and we are on YouTube. This is if you're watching this on YouTube.
Wow.
And
see,
if you're not, and you're just listening to it, you have no idea what the fuck just happened.
So you should come subscribe on YouTube.
Yeah.
And pull up to us on Twitch sometimes too and say, hey, I would love to have somebody in the chat be like, yo, I'm hearing from the podcast. This is what I thought about the episode. That'd be sick as hell. So yeah, hell yeah, pull up on Twitch.
I tell you what, the first motherfucker who do it gonna get a free sub from me.
You feel me?
I'll do it. My dad, really, first one.
I mean, that's gonna be crazy. I'm gonna be excited.
You have to say the keyword walruses in the chat in order for us to
walruses.
No. That's the only way I'll know.
Facts. No bullshit. I feel like at the end we'll say walruses every single time.
Big facts. We used to have a podcast that had a trivia podcast for a trivia company, and somewhere in the episode there would be like, you have to say the bonus phrase, and I said, I think that should be our bonus phrase for the day.
Yes.
It'll be like, okay, cool. If you guys say, Clinton was an imposter, and you write that on your paper, then we'll give you 10 extra points.
Nice.
So so that'll be your bonus phrase is walruses to make that happen.
Like we were playing passwords all of a sudden.
Right. The password is.
Stop. That is creepy. Oh my God.
Yes. Voice acting coming soon. So we'll make that happen.
Period. Love to
Not
see
the
it.
reconnect. That's crazy.
Crazy.
Okay. All right. Well,
we still don't
it was
have
good talking. No, we don't. And all I'm going to say is goodbye. Have a great night.
And
Enjoy yourself.
Stay
I'm going to say, son of a bitch.